Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of GEEKAMANIA. This is Mark.
That's Kier. That's Sam.
Hi! And today we're going to have a bit of a discussion about TV programmes that we've been watching recently, or we want to watch, and that kind of thing really. I think we're going to start with Kier, as I know you've got probably lots that you want to talk about. Yeah.
So much. It's kind of a continuation of what me, Ben, and Dan did about our top 3 drama TV programs. So
in a way, it's just kind of things that we've watched that we enjoy, and
Yeah.
I think other people should watch as well.
Yes.
I think you should watch. Yeah. When you're not watching this, that is.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Watch this first and then, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
What have you been watching?
The main one that I've been watching, apart from the obvious ones, is Penn and Teller Bullshit.
Oh, okay, what's this?
It's obviously Penn and Teller Magic Double Act.
Yeah.
And they did a show for Showtime, which did 8 seasons. Is now over. They cover all the kind of topics like the Bible and creationism and even things like organic food, and they just kind of go through all these things and they explain from a big perspective why it's bullshit.
Oh.
And so there are some ones that you wouldn't have thought were bullshit, but really are. There's one about cheerleading. When you first see it, you go, why is cheerleading bullshit? And then you watch it and you go, this is such bullshit. Why is no
Is it
one...
meant to be a comedy then?
No,
It's meant to be quite entertaining.
it's entertaining, but it is a factual thing. They do.
Okay.
There is a lot of... it's funny, but there is a lot of home truths that they put out.
Oh, okay.
And it's very insightful. And there was one in particular that stuck in my... There's two in particular that stuck in my mind for that. Obviously there's one about the Bible, because Penn is heavily atheist. So that's kind of... It comes from that perspective. And they do read through the Bible, and they say, like, these bits don't follow and these bits don't follow. So that you kind of expect. But for the one about Peter, the animal organisation, and if you know a little bit about them, you know they're kind of a fucked up organisation, but you don't realise to what extent till you watch that.
Okay.
And you see what they do and what they're against and how hypocritical they are of the things that they say. And you finish the episode just completely and utterly angry with them for having the audacity to say the crap that they do. But sadly they're still allowed to. There's one they did on about eating and just what people eat in general. It's about like, genetically engineered crops, and it kind of touched on Greenpeace and people that only eat. There's these raw food eaters, I think they call themselves.
Yeah.
They eat like roots and vegetables and fruits. And
Isn't that what clean food is? People that say that they're clean eaters. I don't know, I might be wrong, but...
it's one of those who just they just eat things that grow, essentially, like beans.
Yeah.
And they go, we don't go, like, no packaging, just like... And they are, like, really stick thin because of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, and they preach a lot about what we should and shouldn't be sending to the people that are starving in Africa. And as they say quite right on the show, unless you and your own are starving, you have no right to say what anyone else should be eating. Anyone that's starving should be eating. Because there was a case, the US and I think the UK as well, they had like these boatfuls of food. They were genetically engineered crops, tomatoes and things. They sent them over and they were going to have these, and it would have done a lot for Africa. But Greenpeace and Friends of the Earth basically went up and went, you don't take them because they got chemicals in them and they're poisoned. So as much as they say we want to end world hunger, they stunted it very readily because now the government don't want to trust us anymore.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
That you see, some of the episodes you watch, like the cheerleading one, the thing that's bullshit about
How
it
is that bullshit?
because it's not classified as a sport in America, or anywhere actually.
Okay.
And because of the amount of injuries that they sustain and the training that they do, if it was classified as a sport, they'd have better protection and better care,
Yeah.
and there would be a lot more insurance to what they do.
Yeah.
But because it's not classified as a sport, there are cheerleaders that get horrific injuries,
Yeah.
but nothing's been done about it because it's not technically a sport. And after you see that,
That's a bit bullshit.
you either go,
Yeah.
wow,
especially how much effort, like all the all the high schools in America, pretty much. I don't know if it's still nowadays, but obviously they used to focus on that.
Yeah.
That's one of their main things they were
And
proud
colleges,
of.
there was a
is their
TV
football,
show
yeah.
I used to watch called Hellcats, which was about cheerleaders.
Yeah,
and
very much
that
like
sort of thing.
Glee, but
They
it's
have like international competitions, and the funny thing is, the national competition for cheerleading. When you talk about national, you'd think there'd be one because it's the country championship.
Mm.
There are double figures into the double figures of nationals.
Really?
Yeah, it's
A bit random.
it's all a bit fucked, and all the things they do touch on are a bit fucked. There are a couple of episodes that are kind of easy ones. It's like they did one on Ouija boards, which is
kind of fitting and really weird for them.
Yeah.
Because obviously the magicians.
But their kind of thing has always been, we are doing tricks, we are bullshit ourselves.
They're not
but
pretending.
we
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
say it's mystical powers, we say, because they
We're
have
fooling you.
revealed tricks and they go, we are intentionally bullshitting you. That's what this is.
Yeah.
So
That's all
what
the magic
channel
is.
is it on? It's only on Sky at the moment.
Um,
Is it on at the moment?
It's on YouTube now, it's finished.
Okay.
It was on Showtime.
The same one as the same as Dexter, isn't
Same
it?
as Dexter, yeah. And they mentioned Dexter a lot in it, because
Oh,
it's, I think, because they're on Showtime. Showtime's got a thing about meeting different quotas, and because it was Showtime, they kind of threw a lot of like language and nudity their way, just to kind of satisfy that aspect of it, and they do make light of that. But as they point out in the first episode, the reason that it's called bullshit, the reason that they spend the whole episode calling
That's
people
you.
Thank
motherfuckers
you.
and arseholes, is because they're doing stuff about politicians.
yeah.
If they were to
Politicians
say,
just bullshit anyway.
yeah, if they were to say he's a fraud, he's lying, they could get into trouble. But if they say he's a motherfucker, he's saying bullshit, they will get in trouble.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, it's just a kind of a weird loophole. If you swear, it's not wrong. Like, you can't be prosecuted for it.
That's so weird, but then you've got to step very carefully when it comes to that sort of thing anyway.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, freedom of speech, but
It's not really much freedom of speech because you
No.
can potentially say something which then gets you into trouble.
it's
So
turned into a very deep conversation.
Well, there is a lot that they say which you'd have thought would have got them into trouble, but they're still walking around.
And to get himself out of trouble, couldn't they?
yeah, they got like a get out of jail free card kind of thing because of the show, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sam, what about you?
Well, I've been watching a few programmes at the moment, but there's one that I don't think a lot of people would have heard of. I'm not too sure. It's called American Horror Story. And I'm not 100% on what channel it's showing on. I think it's like Fox or somewhere, but
It's either Fox or HBO.
yeah, that does sound
Yeah.
about right. But it's just messed up. Like, if you like, obviously it's like going to be after 9 sort of thing. It's horror,
from
but it's
the name. It sounds
yeah.
pretty
If you're
messy.
into
It's a
horror,
film.
if you're into the first season's more kind of every season is focused on something else. I've only seen half of the first season so far, and it's based on a house that people buy, and it's called the Murder House, and it's just about old ghosts sort of thing, and kind of discreetly or very indiscreetly at times finding out what happened in the house, and it's just so messed up. Every episode you're like, this doesn't make any sense at all, and
There's
it's
a lot
just
of
like it's
times
just weird. You
the
take it with a
episode
pinch of salt.
finishes and
Yeah.
you go, can they do that?
Yeah.
Because the thing that sticks in my mind, besides the maid, who you have to be prepared for this when you go into it, to some people she appears old, some people she appears young.
Like a beautiful, like very
And she
50s
does,
bombshell
she's
kind of
very
look.
sexual, so
Yes.
that's a lot to take in itself. The other thing that was a lot to take,
Was it distracting?
it was kind of distracting and kind of weird. Because the actress that plays the young maid is
She's very, very
nice.
attractive,
She
though,
is,
isn't she?
and she is ginger. Yeah, but anyway, the thing that was a lot to take for me was the leather dude.
Yeah, I don't understand. I haven't got that far. I don't understand what's going
I
on with
have no idea what that is, but that's just there's a guy in a leather gimp suit who has sex with the wife, and she thinks it's the husband. But
And then nothing happens for a few episodes.
yeah,
It's very weird. You literally
he does
just-
appear like there'll be a shot of him like hiding in a doorway, but there's never any real link to this is what it
It's
is.
like chunks of things just happen, and as an audience member after the first episode you kind of go, oh, and then I've just got to kind of go with it and see what happens, and just don't think I must have missed something because I don't understand it. You just have to go with it. It's fun, it's entertaining and it's really messed up. But if you like horror and you like sort of, I don't know, weird B-movie, odd,
Well, it's not.
it's
kind of
good.
B-
Well, not
B-movie,
really, but it's kind of that weird.
It's because you can get away with a lot more on telly that
I think so.
they can
Yeah.
slide more in, and with the TV you can have all these dissonant storylines, but
Yeah.
tie 'em in at the end and go, "Ah, we were doing that all along."
Exactly. It's,
Although I think the
hope
writers
there's a
are
good
making
payoff.
it up as they go along.
I do hope
in
it's a
this
good
one.
payoff. I know the advert at the moment is out for the, I think it's the 3rd season that's now out, or it might be the 2nd, I can't remember. See, I'm really new to this as well, but it's about a coven, so it's completely different. This one's about witches, but I'm looking forward to seeing more because I just don't understand what's going on, and I think it's just great. I'm really enjoying not understanding it, which sounds crazy, but if you like horror, give it a chance, because it's not, you know.
It
It's
is
not like
one
that.
to give a chance. I think you could listen to
different.
anyone talk about it and just be like, "What?" As long as you watch at least an episode
Give
of
it a go.
and I think a good couple of episodes, because the first episode you could be kind of complacent with it. After 2 or 3,
You know,
you'll
kind
be
of,
like
you kind of
rattling
know.
the TV,
Yeah.
going, "The
Ah,
fuck is going on?"
does that mean that person's this? And I don't understand what just happened. But it's awesome. It's weird. It just sucks you in.
Sounds very good.
It is
It
good.
is.
It is good.
But it is a lot to take at the same time. I
Yeah,
mean,
you can't. If you watch this late at night, it'll either give you weird dreams or you'll just like, no, it's not going in.
I find it's one of those programs that will keep you up because you're just thinking, "What did I just see?" It takes your brain a while to process it. I think give yourself a good couple of hours between watching it in bed so that
Makes
your
you
brain
wanna-
can go through and go,
Don't eat cheese.
"You definitely don't eat cheese."
Good old. I
Meet
love
the writers. What you want to do?
Red Leicester cheese is the best cheese. Gotta go on a cheese tangent, so yes.
Well, we've just, I think, is that product placement for cheese?
It is a bit, yes.
It's a new high for us.
Yep, Red Leicester.
It's
Saving
going
Red
well.
Leicester for the win.
So, what programs are you sort of thinking about? Like, have you had your eye on, or have you started, or?
Obviously, as you guys know, I'm a massive Breaking Bad
Yeah.
fan. Huge fan. Thank you very much, Ben Hawkes, who appeared in the last episode when we were talking about our top 3 TV programmes of all time dramas that we love.
You got me into Dexter and Breaking Bad, so thank you from me as well.
Yeah, cheers,
It's just
Benjamin.
a little
Really got me
Best
into
push.
anything, but you like the same things I do, so.
No, he got us both into Breaking Bad because he was the one who showed us Breaking Bad. Do you remember we went to round your house, we had the curry and...
Yeah, he did show it, but it was Ben and Sam that it got me into it.
Ah.
So,
Right.
but yeah.
Yeah.
So what else apart from Breaking Bad? Because we know how much you love that.
Can I mention an old classic TV show that many people have heard of, which I was very surprised that Kier had heard of, and when I did hear he heard about it, I was like,
Okay.
find someone else besides my family. Filthy Rich and Cat Flap. It's the second comedy
What's it
between
called?
Filthy Rich and Cat Flap.
Filthy.
Filthy Rich and Cat Flap.
Oh.
It's the middle comedy between Bottom and the Young Ones, because Young Ones was
Oh,
first
really?
in that,
Yeah.
and it's a very very funny show. But the only
Was it like 2 series, 3 series?
only one series.
Oh, yeah,
one
it's only
series,
one, yeah.
One series of 6 episodes.
It was kind of put in between Young Ones at the bottom. Everyone knows Young Ones, and everyone knows Bottom, but that gets kind of forgotten about.
Yeah, it was still Ben Elton wrote it, and it's very of its time. If you get references about the 80s, about Thatcher and Master Universe and like the celebrities at that time and what was going on with the was there a recession in the 80s?
Oh, yeah, it was kind of
Yeah.
a similar thing.
Because the Parliament, it's one of those shows you won't really get, but if you don't, that sort of stuff you really enjoy. It's very
But
funny.
even then, the whole way they talk about fame is pretty universal.
Yeah.
And you can see it nowadays, the fact that Rich does love himself.
Yes.
You can see that in a lot of celebrities, so
Mm.
it does translate. There are some things like you say, like talking about Thatcher, is kind of dated to that time, but it's still in people's memories.
Yeah, it's still in a sense as well, saying that with the whole government. I actually noticed there was a funny quote, I can't remember who wrote it, that I think it might be Rick Mel, the time when we make the best comedies when the Tories are in power. Apparently that's like
Yeah.
Well, it's always all very British political kind of
Yeah.
Sex Pistols type.
Mm.
Yeah, because they were the ones who created alternative comedy and that sort of thing when it came with the all the anarchy against the
Yeah.
government. Like if you notice, a lot of the young ones was very much against it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they had like Hampshire was called SPG and they have other stuff, and there's mentions about Thatcher being stupid and there's something to do with benefits and all this other stuff as well.
Yeah, they do kind of go, that's what it was. It's just there were people that went into music and did punk
Mm.
against it, and comedians turned to alternative comedy. And it worked.
Because
It still works today.
yeah, because Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry have appeared in an episode. So has
I must watch this.
it's very
See,
funny.
it
You
works,
said
you
you
see.
said the.
Yes, they
said
only
the
appear in
magic
one though,
words.
but they also appear in the young
Oh.
ones as well. They appear,
Really?
yeah, they
Yeah.
appear in the young ones. They appear in the University Challenge one as the really smart university.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's very,
And,
very.
Ben Elton was one of the other ones.
Yeah,
Doesn't
and who was
surprise
the was
Emma
one?
Thompson.
Yeah, because she was
Yeah.
part of the group. What they call? No, what they called? It's embarrassing.
Brian
They
Laurie?
come from. They come from that group, don't they? There was I saw
Oh,
a
the
thing about
Cambridge
Oh,
Yeah.
Fellows.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Notice actually a lot of the
Like,
comedians
bad.
who
Trivia.
a lot of the comedians who actually do stuff like all come from Cambridge or Oxford. Monty
Yeah.
Python was, a lot of the people who did Australian comedy was. I think Rick and Ada are the ones who didn't come from Oxford, Cambridge. They came from Manchester University. So
Yeah.
They came from Dover or something really
Yeah,
common.
yeah.
Obviously not, but.
yeah. But I'm guessing Manchester University must be quite a big one then as well.
Yeah.
So
Well, when you actually listen to them talk outside the characters that they play, you realise they are quite middle class, more
Yes.
than you'd expect, particularly Aid.
Aid is
when he
very
talks,
middle
'cause
class.
he,
Very
he
smart,
always
aren't
plays
they?
like these like really like working class sort
You have
of
to
the
be
earth
very
people.
smart to play dumb people, though, don't you? You have to
Very,
be
It's
like,
like, they're not dumb people; they're always
But
smart
no, but
characters.
They're
but
smart characters, but it's
they're
just situation. Kind
Yeah.
Of thing.
they're a lot more common than he is. And when you hear him talk normally, so he did that Teenage Kicks program on his own, and that was his normal voice. And I was convinced the entire time until my dad showed me that it wasn't a put-on voice, that he was putting it on, and that couldn't
Yes.
have been Evans' real voice.
And that show
it
that he
is.
does called The Dales, which is so weird. Like you see this man who's known from the young ones and
Going for
also
the
has this
countryside.
like drunk alcoholic to then doing stuff around the countryside. Rick Mail is definitely someone who's always done the same kind of thing. Mad and crazy sort of characters.
But then again, that is not what he is in real life. He's quite reserved.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
To normally.
If you get a chance, then we definitely should watch it. I actually got it on DVD if you want to borrow it. It's very
Yeah.
funny. It's very. I reckon you and Dan would probably like it.
Okay.
And plus as well, because we're kind of from the same sort of era, we would probably you probably might get some of the jokes because it's quite 80s and that sort of thing.
Okay, yeah,
So
I've
they
heard
mention Orville, Tarby.
Yeah.
They like do loads of Rome's and Jules. Trib. They slang everything down as well. It's very Ben Elton wrote it, so if you like Ben Elton,
Yeah,
wrote
yeah,
it
he's
as well.
got good.
Who also wrote Blackadder or Correct Blackadder.